My dear little girl, I imagine that by now you are already deeply asleep in your bunk, enjoying the land of dreams. Well, I won't waste much time with this, so after a few scratches, I'll lie down on the sheets. About 6 of the boys received their marching orders tonight, and tomorrow they will go to the medical office to be examined for the front. They are joining the medical corps. Some of them expect to leave for England on Saturday. I hope that when you receive this, you're feeling a little better than when I called today. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't understand what was happening. Whether you didn't want to say something that someone might hear, or if, on the other hand, you felt that perhaps something was wrong with the person on the other end of the line. I would have called you later to try to come to a conclusion, if it weren't for the fact that you were likely already in bed. However, I'll know tomorrow. Dear, although the distance between us continues to be a difficult barrier to cross, the thought that the war will one day end and allow us to live a normal life again is what gives me the strength to keep moving forward. The nights here are long and hard, and each dawn brings with it a new challenge. Each day lived in the battlefield brings more uncertainties, more difficulties, but also a feeling that we are moving closer to something bigger, to a future that we can still shape, even with all the scars the war has left on us. The war, with all its sorrows and horrors, teaches us to live one day at a time, always hoping that, at some point, the end will come, bringing with it the peace we so desperately long for. Time here is strange, my dear. It seems to pass slowly, as if each second is prolonged by the weight of the war. With each new dawn, the heart beats stronger and doubt grows, as if it were a constant reminder that what we're living is not normal. What awaits us? Who among us will return? With every step we take, we move closer to the unknown, to the uncertain future. And still, we continue, moving forward, with the courage you always taught me to have. I look into the eyes of my comrades, and see they are thinking the same thing as me. Will we be able to return? Will it all be worth it? Here, the war is a faceless monster. It hides in the details, in the sounds of the night, in the crack of distant weapons, in the tired sighs of those who know that tomorrow may never come. But there is also a silent strength that comes from within us, a strength that makes us move forward even when everything around us seems to be crumbling. When fear takes over and pain becomes unbearable, it's the thought of those we love that makes us continue. And you, my dear, are the reason I find the strength to fight every day. Every thought of you, every memory of the moments we shared is what keeps me going. I know you must be thinking about me, just as I think about you constantly. What will you be doing now? What will your day be like? I wish I could be with you, holding your hand, sharing those simple moments that, over time, have become the most precious. There's a void here that nothing seems to fill, and I catch myself wondering what you're doing, where you are, and if, for a moment, you feel the same emptiness I do. Belonging is something difficult to cope with, especially when uncertainty is constant. When war takes over our lives, there are so many unanswered questions, so many doubts hanging over our heads, like a dark cloud that refuses to dissipate. Will we ever see each other again? Will we be able to return to our normal life? The hardest part of all this is the constant separation, not knowing what will happen next. When I saw you smiling, it always seemed like the world became lighter. But now, that smile seems like a distant memory, an image in the back of my mind. That drives me forward, that gives me hope. I can't promise that I'll be back soon, but I can promise that, as long as I have strength, I will keep fighting, not only for myself but for us, for everything we've built and everything we still can live together. War makes us question the meaning of everything. Here, death is always nearby, lurking, waiting for the right moment to take another of us. Fear is a constant companion, but it's something we learn to live with. We know there are no guarantees, but we also know that as long as there is life, there is hope. What keeps me strong, dear, is the certainty that, despite all this, one day the war will end. And when it does, I will be able to return to you, to our home, to the life I left behind. That is my greatest wish, and that's why every day I keep fighting. Because I know that, in the end, the war will not take away what we have, what we are to each other. I know you've been bearing all this with the same strength that inspires me. I see, even from a distance, how brave you've been, how you've stayed strong in the face of the challenges life has imposed on you. But know that you are not alone. I carry you with me every step I take, every decision I make. And it is for you that I have the courage to keep going, even when everything around me seems to be falling apart. The thought of returning to you is what gives me the strength to continue, to endure. And yet, what hurts the most is the lack of words. Sometimes what we need most is a simple gesture of affection, a hug, a word of comfort. Here, in the war, words are all we have. They are our only means of communication, the only link that keeps us connected to the world outside. Every letter, every message becomes a piece of us, a piece of the life we still want to live. And even though distance separates us, I know that somehow we are united by these words. Now, little one, I need to take this to the box and go to bed. It's freezing tonight, so I think that means snowshoeing. I'm sorry, I wish I could spend the night there, but it's not possible for now. The cold here is immense, but nothing compares to the chill I feel in my heart being so far from you. I'll try to rest a little, but I know that, while I'm here, the longing will consume me until the moment I'm back by your side. Good night for this journey, with all my love, Reg.